they could have spent the time, they could have gone to the effort to establish facts on the ground with regard to Joe Biden's cognitive decline, and they did not. Right? So regular people didn't wait for the expertise. They trusted what they saw, and they trusted in their common sense. So liberals are children of the Enlightenment, right? They have more respect for facts, right, in those parts of life that don't touch on their sacred values than do conservatives. So common sense for conservatives means something that strikes you, the individual, as obvious. For liberals, common sense means the consensus of experts. So without medical experts following protocol, diagnosing Joe Biden as senile or the equivalent, right, the mainstream media wasn't going to pronounce on something that struck millions of conservatives as obvious. And as we saw in the clip of George Stephanopoulos grilling Nikki Haley, for the past 5 years, our liberal elites, particularly in the news media, with few exceptions, have tried to do everything that they can to make it socially unacceptable to declare publicly that Joe Biden is senile. So on what basis they would challenge conservatives, and then they would pour on the scorn. Now, however, the mainstream media is embarrassed, humiliated, and angry. They feel like they've been caught out carrying water for Joe Biden. And another part of the reason that conservatives saw this earlier is that liberals take ableism and ageism as substantial moral categories, while conservatives, I think, are just as likely to mock these moral classifications as to revere them. So for the liberal, right, I see Daily Beast noting, reporting on anyone's old age requires extreme sensitivity. I don't think that. I don't feel that. That someone in public life, right, I don't feel like you have to use any sensitivity with regard to their old age, because there's no such moral category as ageism or ableism. Right? It would never occur to me to exercise sensitivity in reporting on a public figure's old age. To me, and I've written this often on my blog, if a public speaker looks like he is dying of AIDS, I note in my report that he looks like he's dying of AIDS.